waste disposal system, and then to recover the resources, some things that we can usable, to prepare the material for the recovery of conversions, product and energies. Okay. When you say about improve the efficiency, okay, let me give you an example, okay. This is a piece of land. Tanah kamu besar ni saja, okay. So, katakan kamu dah start lupuskan sampah di atas ni. Kuantiti sampah kita tak berubah, tapi tanah kita akan berubah tak? Saiz tanah kita. The land area will never change, okay? Even negara kita, the size, the land area that we have for the whole Malaysia, it will not change, okay? It has been fixed, okay? Unless kita pergilah serang negara lain. But then now tak ada dah peperangan, okay? So, tanah saiz kita tak akan membesar. So, if we keep to dispose everything without recover, what will happen? Lama kelamaan tanah kita masih ada tak? Tanah kita tak ada. Include, we have to take in count. Kita ada sea level rising. Bila the sea level rising, tepi-tepi pantai kita, tanah kita akan ada penghakisan. Lagi sikit tanah kita. So if we didn't try to recover the materials or try to reduce the volume that we dispose in the landfill, lama kelamaan semua orang tak ada tanah untuk kita berdiri. Kita kena hidup atas sampah. Okay. Alright. Second is the process. Okay. Before we move, you all pernah tengok tak satu movie from a Disney? Dia panggil E-Walls.
Tak pernah lagi, Doktor.
Pernah, Doktor.
Ada yang pernah, ada yang tak pernah kan? Okay. Alright. Ingat tak kerja dia apa? Apa tugas dia? E-Walls.
Kerja dia Wally kutip sampah.
Okay. So dia hidup atas mana? Itu bumi kita tau. Ingat tak? Itu sebenarnya adalah bumi kita. Kerja dia, bumi kita dah jadi satu tempat pelupusan sampah yang besar. So dia hidup atas sampah. Siapa yang tak pernah, you can go and try. I'll watch that movie. It's actually very meaningful for me. Okay. Dan antara yang very touching, dalam consider is a cartoon movie, but then bring some message, okay? You can go and try, okay? If not, nanti saya bagilah satu exercise suruh you all tengok movie and then you all provide what is your reflections after the movie, okay? During this semester break next week, cubalah cari movie tu untuk tengok, okay? So, E-Walls tu, robots tu, dia hidup atas bumi. Tapi bumi kita yang penuh dengan sampah. So, kerja dia adalah mendisposkan sampah. Dia become a cubic. So, through that, dia dapat cari satu pokok kecil. And then finally, grow it up. Okay? So, that is the movie that you have to go and watch. Why I'm talking to you that movie, sebab you can imagine if we didn't do all this recovery and we didn't try to reduce the solid waste that go to the landfill. So it might happen after 100 years. That is the case that will happen to our earth. Okay? Right. So what kind of techniques that we have to process? So the first one, we have a mechanical size and shape alterations. The function is to change the size and shape of the solid waste components. So it will reduce the size of the solid waste. Okay, include a hummus. Okay, aluminium can. Bila you all buang sometimes, ada tak you all kecilkan size dia ataupun pijak bagi jadi nipis? Sometimes tak, kita akan buang sebiji. So that's why they have the hammers untuk ketuk dia. Okay, reduce the size. Okay, just imagine kalau kamu buang satu can, dengan kamu nipiskan can, saiz dia yang mana satu lebih besar, yang mana satu lebih kecil.
Yang kita nipiskan tu kecil.
Yes, okay. So this is the difference. And then shredder. Okay, shredder, kertas. Okay, kertas yang usually akan dijadikan sebagai recycle papers. Kertas yang kita dah kumpul yang besar tu, keping size A4, size A3. All these paper akan dicincang jadi kecil. Smaller particle supaya bila rendam dalam air, dia akan jadi macam glue. So baru kita boleh reprocess, become a new paper. Right, so this is the mechanical size and shape alteration. Second, we have a mechanical component separations. So it will separate the recoverable material usually at a processing facilities. Okay, yang ni adalah kita kalau ada bahan yang besi, cara yang paling senang untuk kita asingkan adalah guna apa? Kita akan guna magnet kan? Okay. And then kalau kita nak asingkan kertas, sometimes ada kertas yang kita gunting kecil. Okay, how are we going to separate it? So kita ada blower sebab kertas ringan. So bila ada angin, dia akan terbang. So atas ada satu tempat untuk ambil kertas-kertas tersebut. Okay, so these are the mechanical components. Okay, and then magnetic and electromechanical separation. So guna magnets. And then finally is a drying and dewatering. Removal the moisture from the solid waste. Ini adalah untuk keringkan sampah-sampah kita. Okay, especially sometimes our food, and then roti yang dah basi, tanah sometimes, okay. Lepas kita cuci, lepas kamu buat gardening, sampah, daun yang kamu buang dalam tong sampah tu, yang tu boleh dikeringkan and then be processed. Okay. So these are the methods and equipment for processing and recovery. So similar things, and then cumanya dia punya yang ni lebih general. Okay. Right. So this is the process flow diagram for a material recovery facilities. Okay. So you can look into here. All right. So the first one, the trucks unload a mixed recycling onto the tipping floor at the MRF. Okay. Okay. So kita buang semua sekali. And then, so dia akan datang ke sini. So ada satu belt yang akan ada orang tolong asingkan sampah. Okay. And then will be separate. Okay. Cardboard. So next coming here. Paper. Okay. Cardboard dengan paper tak sama tau. Even kalau you all nak jual, when you do the recycling, when you would like to sell something, cardboard dengan paper harga dia tak sama actually. Okay. Okay. And then coming here, nampak tak? Steel. Those with the magnetic. Okay. And then aluminiums. Afterwards, glass. Malaysia kita tak ada. Glass kita tak recycle. So kita tak ada glass here. And then plastic. Okay. And then plastic pula kita kena asingkan ikut kategori. Okay. So this is the one. And then second one yang biggest. Okay. Mixed recycling is picked up by a hauler. Hauler will bring the recycling to the MRF. So the worker will pick up with the recyclable. So cardboard and papers. And then we have the remaining plastic, glass and metal. So kita letak magnet. Yang metal akan keluar. And then a density blower. Okay. Coming here. So the glass will send untuk tukar jadi yang kecil. Okay. Kalau di overseas lah, Malaysia kita tak ada. Okay. And then finally kita akan datang ke plastic waste. So plastic waste kita ada coding. Different plastic, different usage. Okay, so I'm giving you the example of the material recovery facility yang idaman ada. Okay, mungkin kita akan kata kita tak ada MRF kot. Okay, you all tahu kan dalam UUM kita ada 3 tong yang you all boleh separate. We have the 3 things for recycling. Okay, sometimes you akan susun. Okay, usually yang kat university nampak proper lagi lah. Okay, kalau plastik akan nampak plastik. Those people will see the paper. Pernah tak you all ada nampak, have you seen that some of the tong that all the waste for recycling is actually mixed up. Orang buang tak ikut labeling. Pernah tak nampak these cases?
Pernah tu.
Okay, so that's why when coming to here, so we need the MRF to help us to do the sorting. So I'm giving you the example for e-itamans, okay? What is the objective of the MRF is actually to minimize the waste to the landfill, okay? Recyclable that collected from the public and commercial sector in the form of cardboard, paper, HDPE, PET, PP, steel, aluminium, and tin. These recyclable are manually sorted and baled at our material recovery facility to meet the market specifications. So that's why kalau kita nak buang sampah, kita kena pastikan kita dah cuci bagi bersih. Tak adalah pet bottle tu berminyak. Okay, at least you have to clean ataupun bilas dengan air. Okay, contohnya food container yang sekarang kalau kamu pergi tapau makanan, dia ada yang plastik, betul tak? Dia bukan bagi polystyrene, sekarang yang plastik, betul tak? So those plastic is actually can be recycled. Yang tu kategori dia adalah PET, number 1. Okay, so you have to, tapi lepas makan, ada kuah-kuah yang tertinggal dekat celah-celah kan ataupun nasi sometimes. Bilaslah dengan air dulu, okay? Masa kamu nak cuci sudu, cuci garpu kamu, cucilah sekali yang tu. So you can stack it up. Tak adalah berbau. Kalau kamu tak cuci, benda tu lama-lama akan basi. Okay, so bilaskan dia so that you can stack it up and then baru kamu hantar ke recycle centers. Okay, so they launch a recycling reward program called Recycle for Life. Anyone yang duduk di Northern Regions, you all tahu tentang benda ni. Recycle for Life. Ada tak siapa antara you all ada kad tersebut? Anyone of you have? Tak ada. Okay, never mind. Later I will show you, alright? And then I can find something that's suitable to you. That I'm sure your house, you are able to do it, okay? Take this opportunity when you stay at home to use of this, alright? Okay, so the advantage of the material recovery facility is in 2017, they success to recycle 4,000 ton recycle waste. And then 20% of organic waste are being recycled. So they can generate, okay, in 2017, 1,000 plus compost. Okay. Okay. So next we look into recycling. Okay. Recycling or salvages is a form of resources recovery and is the reprocessing of waste to recover the original raw materials. Okay. So contohnya, when you recycle a plastic, it means that kita tak perlu pergi retrieve the petroleums, okay? plastic kita actually come from petroleum. So you no need to go for the petroleums. Okay. So we can just reprocess the byproduct plastic to untuk buat another new plastic materials. Okay. Recycling can be implemented at the following stage of the municipal solid waste transport. Okay. First, at source, dekat rumah sendiri. Second is a drop-off centers. Okay. Kamu dah buang and then letak di tepi tong sampah. Pekerja untuk those lorry, they will take and seal it by themselves. Curbside collections, okay? Material processing facility and transfer stations, okay? So you can send to the MRF. For drop-off center, there is also another ones. You all pernah tahu tak ada di Tesco or even some big shopping malls, actually sometimes they will have a big recycle centers that you can just go and drop off it. Okay, just like the clothes, baju yang kita boleh pergi drop off dekat Uniqlo or H&M. Kalau the times you wanted to go out and shopping, just bring those that you don't want to wear anymore and then go and drop. Okay, so that they will have to process. Okay. And then finally is the landfill and incinerator site. Okay, so what is the benefits or what are the benefits from the recycling? So first is the conservation of non-renewable resources such as metal and petroleums. Okay, the use of recycled materials such as aluminium, ferrous metal, and plastic reduce the extractions of the non-renewable resources. Okay. Energy conservation. The use of recycled aluminium beverage can for manufactures an aluminium product use 5% of the energy as compared to utilizing from the bauxite originals. Okay. Reuse a glass and plastic container 10 times will consume less than 30% of the energy of a single-use container. Thirdly is the environmental protections. Okay, recycling of our municipal solid waste result in less pollutant emission into the air, water, and land as compared to extracting the virgin materials. Right, and then also we reduce the volume of the solid waste disposed by the landfill or incinerators. Land conservation. Okay, so the land requirements for landfill will be reduced if a greater volume can be recycled. Okay, so these are the materials that we can potentially be separated and recovered at source. Glass, paper, plastic, metals, batteries, and yard waste. Yang ni yang you all generally, if you are at home, something that you can separate it out. But then glass, di Malaysia kita tak recycle. So once you separate, you can put it beside the rubbish bin, rubbish can. So diorang akan tolong disposekan. Okay, so this is the drop-off centers, okay, for drive-through. After this, you can try to look into Tesco, either all these kind of things that you can actually just drive through to drop off. Okay. Right. So these are those items. Okay. First, paper. Okay. When we said about paper, kita kena asingkan office paper, junk mail, magazine, newspaper, paper yang color putih, paper yang bercolor is actually all is considered as a difference. And then paperboard, cardboard. Right. Materials yang tak sama. And then for plastic, kita ada 7 category. You can try to check, okay? You all boleh try tengok. Dekat cap bottles kamu, cap dia akan ada simbol. Okay? Selalunya adalah tanda 1 ataupun dia tulis PET. But then kalau for those shampoo bottles. Kamu boleh tengok yang shampoo bottles dia adalah nombor 2, HDPE. Okay. And then cling wrap yang kamu nak bila nak masukkan makanan dalam microwave. Okay, the food wraps. That one is LDPE. Okay, PP. So these are those that we can recycle. So you can see number 1, number 2, number 4, number 5. So next time, bila nak beli satu barang yang buat dalam plastik, remember, cari yang kod dia adalah yang boleh recycle. Jangan ambil nombor 3, nombor 6 dengan nombor 7. Okay. Okay, so these are the numbers of the incinerator and landfill and sanitary landfills that we have, okay, dalam database. So we only have 4 incinerator in Malaysia. 1 in Kedah, Pulau Langkawi. 1 in Pahang, Tiomas dengan Redang. Pulau Tioman dengan Pulau Redang. Perak is Pangkor. Okay. Incinerators yang kita ada di Malaysia hanya di 4 tempat. 4 islands. Why dekat islands kita tak buat landfill tapi kita buat incinerator?
Tak ada tanah.
Dia, Azwan, saya tak dengar.
Tanah kurang sikit, tanah sikit.
Yes. Okay. Tanah sikit sebab pulau bersamanya. Kalau pulau tu dah kecil, ambil lagi 25% untuk jadikan landfill. So tinggal 75%. Develop lagi, pokok lagi kurang. Okay. So this is why we build the incinerators. Alright. So and then we have 2 types of landfill. Bila kita kata landfill, dia ada 2 jenis. Satu is a sanitary, another one is not sanitary. Okay, so you might be asking, what is sanitary? What is not sanitary? Okay, sanitary dia ada sistem dia yang kita boleh collect those methane gas yang dijana, okay, that auto generates from the landfill. And then we will have the electricity, all these things. Not sanitary means dia adalah open dumping, okay. Lori hanya pergi and then buang sampah kat situ and then tutup, that's all. Kita tak adalah monitoring system, all these things, okay. In the next class, you will learn in detail what is the difference, okay, the sanitary and not sanitary, okay. Okay, so resources recovery for energies. Okay, selain daripada recycles, we can actually try to get the energies from our solid waste. Okay, bila kita buat pembakaran, so dia akan ada steam. Bila ada steam, so bolehlah kita ambil steam tu, haba tersebut dijanakan sebagai electricity kita ataupun methane gas or anything. Alright. So the solid waste has a value as a fuel with the separations and removal of the non-combustible portion of the solid waste through trading, screening and air classifying. Okay. Most modern combustion devices are designed to recover the energies. So the first refuse to electricity system was built in Hamburg, Germany and New York City, US. Okay. Solid waste are burned in specially designed incinerator furnace, jacked with the water-filled tubes to recover the heat as the steam. Okay, so this is the explanations for the system. Refuse-derived fuel. So the combustible portion of the solid waste that has been separate from the non-portions, okay? So the heatings will up to 10 to 60 megajoules per kilogram. And then solid waste can also be incinerated in the waste to energy plants to produce the steam for direct use. So we should suggest that these waste to energy plants built in the highly urbanized areas such as Klang Valley, Johor, Penang. Okay. Okay, so methane recovery. This is actually gettings from the landfill. So a byproduct of sanitary landfill produced as a result of anaerobic decomposition of the organic material. So it's a produce from a well-designed gas collection, gas extraction and processing system by removing the carbon dioxide and hydrocarbons. So methane recoveries will be suitable for a large landfill site. Okay. Biasa dengar tak on composting? Who know what is composting? Pernah tak dengar? Pernah, okay? Is something yang kita akan mixkan makanan kita, sisa makanan kita dengan tanah supaya dia membiak bacteria yang bagus. Yes, baja organics, okay? Some things like that, alright? So dia akan membiak jadi bakteria yang bagus. Dan bakteria yang bagus akan membantu menyuburkan tanah kita. Okay. It been defined as a biological degradations, either aerobic or partially aerobic, of the organic component of the waste under a controlled conditions to produce a stable product that we call it as a compost. Okay. The controlled decay of an organic matter in warm, moist environments by the actions of the bacteria, fungus and other organisms. So the principal applications, apa yang kita boleh jadikan sebagai kompos, okay? Yard waste. So lepas ni kalau kamu trim pokok, daun-daun kering yang kamu dah sapu tu, ikat asing, letak dalam plastik bag asing supaya menyenangkan kerja untuk orang nak buat kompos. So tak adalah dia kena asingkan, tak adalah benda tu tercampur. So the whole things boleh di reuse. Organic fractions of the municipal solid waste. Sisa-sisa makanan kita. Okay. You all kalau makan dah tinggal, bila kamu nak buang, kamu pernah tak ambil satu netting, tuangkan benda kat situ and then biar air mengalir. So those oily dah dicuci. Benda tu dah jadi bersih, baru kamu dispose. Ataupun kamu akan terus buang dalam plastik bag otong sampah. Contohnya kuah kari, sisa ikan. Ada tak you all letak satu netting dalam sinki and then tuang kat situ untuk collect? Ada. Okay, that is good. Okay, so tak adalah jadinya. So yang tu kita panggil sebagai oil collector. Okay. So partially processed commingled municipal waste or co-composting the organic fractions of the municipal waste with the wastewater sludge. All right. Okay, so the composting process, the key concept and objective is the composting is a biological process. Okay, composting will result in the production of the biological stable end product. So the end product have to free of pathogens, free of plant seed. Tak adalah tengah-tengah kamu buat composting, tiba-tiba keluar dari tong kamu ada pokok. Okay, the end product can be applied to the land beneficially. Okay, so these are the three basic steps. So first, pre-processing. Okay, kamu kena potong semua barang tu kepada saiz kecil and then pastikan tak ada benih, nutrients, addition. So sometimes kita akan letak tempe sebab tempe akan membiak bacteria. Okay, those macam yeast. Okay, kita nak letakkan activator supaya dia aktif. Okay, supaya dia boleh membiak dengan cepat. Right, decomposing and stabilizations the organic materials and then post processing. So kita akan grind, screen and then baru kita packkan. Okay, so what is the use and the functions of the compost? Okay, Compost improve the soil moisture retention, good soil conditioner but a poor fertilizer. Okay. Kita selalu kata baja organik. Sebenarnya baja organik dengan compost tak sama. Tapi compost akan dimasukkan dalam baja organik. Okay. Sebab dia boleh, compost ni dia jenis basah. So dia boleh menyerap ataupun retain, mengumpul lebih banyak air supaya kita punya tumbuhan akan ada lebih banyak air. Okay, so it's a good soil conditioner. It's just like kamu cuci rambut, okay? Rambut kering, kamu perlu letak conditioners untuk melembutkan dia. Okay, so that is the functions of the compost. But that conditioning tak akan membantu rambut kamu bertumbuh dengan lebih baik. But that akan menjaga. Okay. Use as a soil amendments for agriculture, soil and landscaping in municipal park, garden, home garden, greenhouse. Okay. Use as a landfill cover, land reclamations, animal litter and possibly animal feed. Use as an additive to the fertilizer as a fuel in buildings materials. Okay. This is the photos that showing you how to do the composting. So choose a place at the ingredients and then at the soil, and then day by day you just go and put some waters, okay? And then after some whiles, after some days, it will become. Okay, for easy one, you can actually buy this thing, the compost bin, ada di Shopee. Yang dia dah ada semua materials, and then you just buka and then masukkan sisa makanan kamu ataupun sayur, vegetables, okay, kulit buah. Yang lepas kamu makan buah, yang kamu you peeling, all these things you can just add it in. Okay, compost bin ni ada jual dalam Shopee. You can just buy one. Tak payahlah buat sendiri. Okay, if anyone of you would like to try. Okay, but that's bila kita kata composting, okay, kita nak letak benda tu membiak. So sometimes it will have some problems sebab kalau kita tak boleh uruskan dengan baik, mungkin dia akan berbau sebab kita tahu kalau makanan kita dah basi akan sangat busuk. So there is some issues and problems during in the implementations of the composting facilities. Okay, so the issue is usually the productions of the odor. So akan ada bau, presence of pathogens, heavy metals, facility settings, proper process design and operations, and then public health issues. Okay, so all of this. Okay, all right. Okay, so I will stop here. Yang ni saya akan mengajar on your Wednesday class on the landfill. Okay, I will teach landfill on the next class. Okay, so do you have any questions? Sanitary pad can reprocess. Okay. Is actually depending, but then usually no. There is actually two types. Okay. Though because usually, okay, when you are at home, the sanitary pad is disposed as a normal solid waste. Okay, because we will just bring it into the dustbin as usual, right? But then if you go to office, okay, let's say office or even some hospital or some hotels, so you will see they have a sanitary bag, right? Okay, so that's one they will manage it as a difference. That one they will manage it as a clinical waste. So this thing they will send for the incineration. So it will be burning up. Okay, it will send to the incinerator and then incinerators will burn it. Then it will be produced as a ash. So sanitary is actually cannot be recycled. So that's why sometimes if you can see that some advertisement will tell you that please use my sanitary pad because it can be recycled, those that cotton one. Okay, it's just like also the same. Okay, have you done your COVID test, saliva COVID test at home? You all buat tak test COVID sendiri dekat rumah? Have you buy? Okay, yes kan? So belikan benda tu. Ada tak masa you all keluarkan dia ada satu bag yang ada simbol bahaya? Yang color kuning. Simbol bahaya. Okay. So pernah tak kamu terfikir, what should I do for that? Okay. Pernah tak kamu terfikir, boleh tak saya buang benda ni dalam tong sampah kat rumah? Okay. By referring to the current rules from JS or even in idamans, okay. Usually kalau kamu tengok plastik bag yang ada simbol tu, dia adalah kategori hazardous waste, okay. Sisa berbahaya. Tetapi apa yang berlaku adalah nowadays we having like this kind of conflicts adalah kalau kita test kat rumah, yes, it's allowed to dispose as a normal waste. But kalau kita buat di tempat kerja yang ramai orang ataupun let's say UUM, when you would like to return, semua orang kena buat kan? So that is in a big numbers, big amount. Yang tu kita kena disposekan dia sebagai hazardous waste. It's a different one. Tak boleh buang di tong sampah biasa. Kena hantar ke clinics and then masukkan dalam tong kuning. Okay, when you go to hospital ada tong kuning kan? Tong kuning itulah yang akan dispose as a clinical waste. Okay. So these are the difference. So if you have a company or if you work in a company kamu kena dispose as a clinical waste. So they have to register it. Benda tu. Alright. So this is the difference. Alright. So jangan dispose your saliva test suka-suka. Sebab dalam saliva test tu dia ada chemicals. So after you be test, put everything in that bag and then seal it dalam zipper bag tu and then baru buang dalam tong sampah. Okay. Then now let me show you some things.